Have you ever wished there was a Pokemon MMO? And today the news I have are especially for you. So let's get started. Hello everyone, I am Dreamhack and this is Games and News January 2020.
Let's take a look of what December has brought us. Game Awards ceremony took place on the 12th in the Microsoft Theater LA, being once again hosted by Geoff Keighley. Although Death Stranding was the game with more nominations, it was Disco Elysium that most awards took home. Death Stranding ended up taking 3 awards, including the Best Performance Award for Mads Mikkelsen, aka Cliff. For my contentment, Chris won the Games for Impact Award. The Game of the Year went to Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and it was delivered by Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez. For me, that was a perfect ending for the awards. In this note, let me just take a moment to remind you that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you like the content of my channel, support it by hitting the subscribe button and remember to click the bell so that you get notifications every time a new video is uploaded. And now back to the Game Awards. Like in all ceremonies before, new games were announced. Bravely Default 2, 2 new League of Legends stories, Convergence and Ruined King, Dungeons of Dragons Dark Alliance, Fast and the Furious Crossroads, Godfall, Magic Legends, Nakara Bladepoint, 9 to 5, Path of the Warrior, Prologue, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Sons of the Forest, Surgeon Simulator 2, Ultimate Rivals The Ring, Weird West, and The Wolf Among Us 2. For more details on these games, check out my video Games in 2020. You can directly go there at the end of this video. I cannot leave out what is in my opinion the best of these Game Awards, that are the Global Gaming Citizens. This year, the honorary awards went to Fereste Foro with Code to Inspire, Luke, Let's Be Well, Stephen Machuga and Matt Bergendahl with Stack Up. You can find the links to their websites in this video description. And with this said, let's move on to the Steam Awards. Steam revealed the nominees on the 11th, and users were able to vote for their favorites from the 19th until the 31st. The winners were announced after the votes were closed. Once again, the Game of the Year was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. In the other categories we had, for VR Game of the Year, Beat Saber. For Most Innovative Gameplay, My Friend Pedro. Outstanding Story-Rich Game, A Plague Tale Innocence. For Outstanding Visual Style, Grease. Labor of Love, Grand Theft Auto 5. For Better with Friends, DayZ. And for Best Game You Suck At, Mortal Kombat 11. Ancestors The Humankind Odyssey is a third-person survival game from Panache Digital Games, launched for PC in August last year, and that was now released for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game tells the story of a primate clan that starts in the African jungle and its evolution across 8 million years. You play one of the members of the clan, and as the clan grows, you are able to switch to other members. If the member dies, then it will also switch to another until there are no more members left in the clan. This means game over and you must restart the game. The idea is to keep evolving the primates by discovering the world. New areas are opened up as you progress, learning new skills like using medicinal plants to heal themselves, controlling their fear. You must not allow them to enter a state of hysteria, and making the clan grow by recruiting members or procreating. When the game made its release on PC, a lot of issues were pointed out, like long waiting loading times or lack of player onboarding. These issues seem to have been addressed by the developers and improved with this new release for the consoles. All critics are in sync, not only when acknowledging the Ancestors as a unique survival game full of potential and with beautiful scenarios, but also when criticizing it for the amount of repetition that may drive the players away. In the Metacritic, the game received 69 score. The players' reviews reflect the same criticism, added with still some issues with the loading times and some glitches, giving it a total score of 5.6. Another game that was launched last December was the Black Desert Mobile. I chose this game to review here because I will always be a big fan of Black Desert. I have played it in PC for 2 years and I'm playing it in PS4. And although Pearl Abyss did a lot of bad things that are eventually killing the online version, I must say I was very happy with their releases last year for consoles and mobile. This was a very expected game and they delivered exactly what they promised, which was the same game that you find in the other platforms. The game has basically all the functionalities that the online and console versions have: quests, bosses, taming horses, fishing, and a whole bunch of other things. The reviews I saw so far complain about the pay-to-win aspect, which, to be honest, is not a new thing for Black Desert in any platform, and also about the graphics that are said to be the ugliest in mobile. I have tested the game through BlueStacks, so I do not have a clear perception of how the game runs on mobile. If it is so, then it is a shame because Black Desert is known for their amazing graphics and astonishing landscapes. There is nothing like fishing in Valia with a sunset background. So far, Metacritic only has 4 reviews, not being able to generate a final score, but based on the reviews I read, I would say the average is about 5.6. December also presented us with Netflix's latest release, The Witcher. Normally I do not make movies or series reviews, but The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games. When I heard last year Netflix was going to make this series, I was truly excited, but when they announced their casting choices, I felt outraged. I had mixed feelings. I wanted to see it, but I could not believe it was going to be anything good. I am so happy that I was completely wrong. The series is awesome. Yes, there are things that are not completely correct, but at the end I don't really care. I just want Season 2 to arrive as soon as possible. If you have not played the game yet, until the 18th you can get The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition for only €14.99 on PS Store Europe. So sing along with me, toss a coin to your Witcher. By the way, this is one of the best versions of this music I've heard in YouTube. Be sure to check Dan Vast's channel. Link is appearing up here and also below in the description. Now let's dive into January. On the 17th in San Antonio, Texas, the 6th edition of PAX South will take place. The schedule is already out and it seems very exciting. Every day at 10 a.m. you can get together with the Latinx community for a morning cafecito, where you can get to know people in the gaming community as well as learn some tricks and tips on how to work in gaming. On Friday you will have the opportunity to join the writers of Borderlands 3 for a chat and discover, amongst other things, why Ice-T is in a teddy bear. You can also join the Geek Nights crew to know the 41 tabletop games you must play. On Saturday there will be the Residents of Evil's 3 anniversary celebration live podcast with the Resident of Evil's team and special guest Nick Apostolides, who plays Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And for all streamers, don't miss out on the presentation Games Streaming the Future of Gaming with Andrew Sampson, Benji, and Chris Dixon. On the last day you can find the presentation Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game, Frustration and Gaming, to keep your gaming on a healthy level, and also the Cosplay for All, a guide to scaling cosplay for you. Please be attention that I only mentioned some of the presentations that I found more interesting, but there are much more, as well as a ton of tournaments during the 3 days. Just check out their website in the description. If you are in Europe, then you may consider heading up to Leipzig, Germany for Germany's biggest LAN party. Dreamhack Leipzig 2020 will start on the 24th and is the first of the 11 Dreamhack gaming festivals of this year. There will be 2 distinct areas so that the visitors that are over 12 but under 16 can also enjoy the festival with their own variety of programs. The tournaments are also classified by age and are the following. For over 12 years old you can find Dota Pro Circuit Major, Farming Simulator League, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate European Circuit, and University Champion Winter 2019-2020. For over 16 you have Counter-Strike Global Offensive that is back after 2 years. And for over 18 you have the Clash of Nations tournament. There will also be a cosplay contest and a creative corner. But what made me most excited about this festival was the Dark Moon Fair. The cosplay group Warcrafters from Denmark will bring to the festival their replica of the Dark Moon Fair from World of Warcraft, where visitors will be able to play the mini-games from the classic. There will be more events this January, like Anime Impulse in Pomona, California, or White Nights Amsterdam 2020, but not so much time to talk about all of them in this video. If you want to know more about these events, where and when they will happen, then just go to my website and subscribe to my Games and Events newsletter. Every month you will receive the list with all the month's games and events. And now for the most anticipated topic. Will January present us with the Pokemon's MMO? Well, not Pokemon per se, but a new game will be launched that had Pokemon as inspiration. Tenten is a multiplayer creature collection adventure game developed by Crema that will have early access on the 21st. The story takes place on the airborne archipelago, a place where humans coexist peacefully with creatures called Tenten. Like every child, you have the dream of becoming the best Temtem tamer of the archipelago. You want to catch the several Temtems that exist, train them to face battles, and evolve them so that they become more powerful. There are 12 types of Temtems. The bad guys in this story are the Belsoto clan, that have a very dark agenda against Temtem and humans alike. The game has a story campaign with a journey across the 6 islands, but it's also online, allowing you to make friends or foes with other players, challenging them for duels or to help you in a co-op quest. Housing is also possible in the game. You can buy a house in Atoll Row that is located in Amnesia, decorated with furniture, wallpapers and flooring, and invite your friends to hang out at your place. You can also customize your character with dyes and cosmetics that can be bought, earned in quests or found in the game. Pokemon did not create an MMO, but this is close enough. So are you excited yet? Another game that will come out already on the 16th is Arknights, a Chinese tower defense RPG mobile game developed by Hypergriff and published by Yostar. The story takes place in a fantasy world immensely affected by disasters that leave behind a new black and translucent ore called Originium. This ore seems to have an amazingly amount of energy that can be used to power cities and advanced technology, but it is also extremely infectious, causing a disease called oropathy that has a 100% lethality rate. You play the Doctor, a well-known consulting strategist that is awakened from cryostasis by Amiya, the leader of Rhodes Island, with the purpose of managing the organization's activities. Just a quick information. Rhodes Island is a pharmaceutical company that seeks to take care of the ones infected with oropathy and stop the discrimination against them, while in the meantime, a movement was created by the infected ones that aims to create a system ran by them where there would be no more oppression. Continuing. You are then in charge of recruiting members for the organization. The members are also called operators, of upgrading their skills, managing their promotions, organizing them in several squads, and positioning them in battle in order to prevent that enemies get to their goal. This game will be free to play, and you can be sure that I will be playing it. This month, PS Plus gives us Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection. This collection compiles the 3 first games of the Nathan Drake adventures, Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception. This adventure, developed by Naughty Dog, started 12 years ago, where you play Drake, the supposed descendant of the explorer Sir Francis Drake, and you are searching for the El Dorado's treasure. The sequel, Among Thieves, is the most acclaimed one. Having been released in 2009, it takes you on an adventure in the search for the Sintameme Stone and Shambhala, while fighting a mercenary group. Later, in 2011, the Drake's Deception leads you searching for the lost city Iram of the Pillars, while once again competing with another mercenary group. Seems that mercenaries are always after Drake. These 3 games were remastered in 2015 for PlayStation 4, 1 year before Uncharted 4: A Thief's End came out. This remastered collection received in Metacritic a total critic score of 86 and user score of 8.5. And this month you can have it for free. Also for free this month we have the Goat Simulator. The craziest goat in the digital world was developed by Coffee Stain Studios and released in 2014. The PS4 version arrived in 2015. You play a goat that has no goal except to explore and destroy the open world map. This game got a 58 critic score and a 5.7 user score in Metacritic. For me, it is pretty fun game to play, perfect to goof around. You know when you get home from work and you are tired and angry and you just don't want to think? Well, just sit back on your couch and play the Goat Simulator. Also pretty good to keep my 10-year-old daughter occupied. So if you are a PS Plus player, go on and reclaim your games today, or at least until February the 3rd. Dreamcraft news, which means my news. New year, new face, new attitude. You can see throughout my social media that my image has changed to be more consistent with, well, me. Also this year I decided to focus more on this YouTube channel. After a little more than a year being stubborn, I finally admitted that most people prefer listening to information or stories than reading them. So for the ones that have been following me since I started streaming and subscribed to my website, you will notice that this is the video format of the newsletter you used to receive. From now on, the newsletter will only contain the events and game schedules for the month. Regarding the streaming, due to internet issues, it will not be resumed this month, but I will take this time to transform the game episodes that are currently in written form into videos as well. A new website is also under construction. Right now, it only has available the subscribed options. I mean options because you can subscribe to receive only the games and newsletter or to receive also Dreamcraft WD updates, like streaming schedules and posting warnings. This new website is expected to be completely ready on the 15th.
So this is all for now. I hope you have enjoyed it and that you are just as excited to play Tenten as I am. Leave a comment below with your expectations for this game and don't miss my review on Games and News February. Next, be sure to check out my Games in 2020 video here at my right and subscribe to my channel. Until next video, XOXO, Dreamcraft WD.